on, we should not have increased the debt ceiling.
I think this super committee is about as dumb an idea as Washington has come up with in my lifetime.
To suggest that we never need to raise the debt ceiling, that is, again, showmanship, not leadership. Of course we have to raise the debt ceiling at some point.
I love that, Belle. Time's up. Like a child whose allowance has been chopped in half for the first time since 1917, the U.S. credit rating has been downgraded, and it's all because of our irresponsible spending. But this might be one of the best things that could have happened to us, at least according to Chris Markowski. He is a political and financial expert. So how is that?
They didn't take our allowance away. They gave us the money. They put us in the naughty chair. That was basically it. I wish they had not raised the debt ceiling, and I wish they would force our politicians to make difficult decisions that they should have made in the first place. They didn't do that.
But wasn't that too late at that point to not raise the debt ceiling?
Well, everyone was told that if we don't raise the debt ceiling, then we're going to default on our interest. We're not going to make Social Security payments. We're not going to make Medicare payments. We're not going to pay for the military. We still collect over $200 billion a month in tax revenue. So there was more than enough to pay that. The politicians didn't want to have to make the difficult choices and what to cut. The deal that they struck, nothing was cut. Nothing was done away with. No jobs were gotten rid of. No department was rid of. They still got the shrimp running on the treadmill and all those ridiculous government spending programs that we have to deal with all the time. None of that. They just decreased the rate of spending increases that these programs are going to get.
But they're supposed to address it shortly with this committee, and hopefully they'll get together and all be nice and we'll come up with a great solution.
I'm not buying it, and I don't think that that's really how Congress is supposed to work. You're supposed to pick, you know, 12 different people that are going to decide upon this whole thing. And basically what this offers up is political cover, in my opinion. Political cover for these politicians.
And of course, all of this resulted in the downgrading of our credit rating.
Yes.
You think that it should have been downgraded a long time ago.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, imagine if you were any other business or company and you didn't put forth your budget and your paperwork that you needed to over the course of a couple of years. We haven't had a budget here for the United States for over 800 days. We're close to $16 trillion in debt. I mean, who are we trying to kid at a AAA credit rating? That's just nonsense to me.
And why should foreign countries be concerned about what's happening here in the United States?
Well, is the United States too big to fail? That's the question.
Well, we heard that with the banks, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, we have our treasury market is so large. I mean, we were downgraded, but money flowed into the treasury market because it's the most liquid market in the world. And, you know, I know it's a politically incorrect thing to say, but we are the tallest midget out there around the world. So money is still going to continue to flow here.
So the world is shrinking as far as that goes, the economic spending habits.
Well, you know, Europe looks worse than we do. And these other places look worse than we do. So the money has to go somewhere. It's going to come here.
Well, can we fix it?
It's going to take some time. It's going to definitely take some leadership. We're going to have to start, you know, dealing with things like entitlements, Social Security, Medicare, these things that we can no longer afford. I don't think we have to, you know, deal with this with senior citizens at this point in time, but the younger generation is going to have to say, you know what, maybe I'm going to have to work a little bit longer, a little bit harder, and I'm going to have to do that for my kids and also my grandkids.
All righty. Those are the thoughts of Chris Markowski, and we have a